This is a high intensity total body strength and conditioning session that is designed for your follicular phase. With this workout, the timing is everything. I want you to be able to perform this workout with some confidence, with strength, and with some power. And that means you need to be coming into this workout fully recovered, fueled, and ready to go. So this is for one of your superwoman days where you're well rested, well fed, and ready to put in some serious work. What's interesting to me about this workout is this is the way I used to work out every single day. And it's what promoted that sense of workout dread, where I just wasn't looking forward to it because it was too intense. It was too much all the time, every day. What I love now is with the cyclical approach to fitness, these workouts are few and far between. We save them for those days when we know our body and our physiology can support them. So on these days, I look forward to the hard work. I look forward to the intensity. I look forward to the sweat, to that challenge in the heart and lungs. It feels good. So I hope that you are starting to see that potential and that possibility with this type of work. It doesn't mean we have to eliminate HIIT from our workout regimen. It just means that we have to time it appropriately. And maybe you're doing 2 of these in a single cycle, not every single day by any means. So this one is good for a day 5, 6, 7 of your cycle where you're kind of coming to the end of the follicular phase. Maybe you're starting to feel that peak ovulatory energy coming online. This is the time for this type of work. So today we have 5 different combinations that we will work through. We have a first round where we'll go through all 5 of them, and then you have an optional second round where you can try it one more time. Each combination is going to be a 2-minute segment. So we'll complete each segment for a full 2 minutes. So it's continuous work for that full 2-minute period. And you're combining a lower body movement and upper body movement, and then we're bringing the 2 together in a total body movement. So you'll do 2 reps of each, and you're completing those as many rounds as you can within 2 minutes. So 2 reps doesn't seem like a lot, but when we're stringing them together, we're sort of treating each combination as a single rep. So you'll see how this works if you check out the workout preview and once we get started. So we've got those 5 different combinations. We'll have about 30 seconds to rest in between combinations so you can catch your breath, get set up for the next movement pattern. And then we'll have a full minute to recover in between our sets if you're joining me for a second set. This one is very challenging. It does include some complex movement patterns when we bring the upper and lower body movement pattern together. For that reason, I encourage you to check out the workout preview. I'll give you lots of alternatives, ways to modify if some of the movements don't feel quite right yet, or maybe you haven't built to the full expression of a particular exercise. I'll give you lots of ways to change it up, to modify so that it can fit you and suit you best. This one, you will definitely need your warm-up and your cool down. We are hitting our peak intensities today, so we want to make sure we build up slowly and that we guide the heart rate and the body back down. So please don't be tempted to skip those elements that bookend your practice. The 2-round version of this workout will come in right around 26 minutes. So you're at about 36 minutes for your complete workout. It is a little bit on the longer side, but we're looking to build that intensity and that volume to really move the needle in this phase, in this low hormone transitioning to our ovulatory phase. If you stick with me for just that 1 round, you'll be right around 25 minutes for your workout. So if you want something short and sweet, this one will still deliver some challenge and some intensity, even if you just complete 1 round. One final note on your equipment, we're just using a single set of dumbbells today. I would encourage you to go medium to heavy with these dumbbells. I'm using a set of 15s. There were some exercises where you might be able to increase and go a little bit heavier, but we're trying to find that median, that baseline that feels sustainable for each exercise. We are doing some with both dumbbells, some with just a single dumbbell. So you want to make sure you have enough weight left over when we switch to a single dumbbell. If you want to use 2 sets, you can have a heavier set and a lighter set so that you can kind of navigate the needs for each movement pattern a little bit more specifically, more accurately. But otherwise, you can grab that kind of mid-level set of weights, and we'll get into this workout now. Let's jump into our total body warm-up for today. We're going to start in the center of the mat. Bring your feet about shoulder or hips width apart. Give a little shimmy and a shake. Take a big breath in and a slow breath out. We're going to start with a squat to a rotate. So we squat down. It doesn't have to be a huge squat. We're just rotating the upper body as we come up, pivoting on those back toes. I want you to use your total body warm up for today as an opportunity to get curious. So really kind of listen and look for what your body is trying to tell you. Notice any areas that feel a little bit tight, a little bit stuck, a little bit sleepy, or maybe more awake. One more rep here, and then we're just going to come into a reverse lunge with a lat pull. So we'll reach the arms overhead, step it back, pull those elbows into your side. Back together, reach up, and exhale. So again, use this opportunity to connect to your breath, to generate a little bit of heat, all in support of our strength training practice. So we're looking to kind of wake up all the major joints and get that little bit of heat going for our practice. Next time your left leg is back, let's stay there in a kneeling position and tuck your back toes. Bring your hands behind your head, and then just take your elbow to your front knee. So back elbow to front knee, opposite, crossing the body here. I want you to stabilize the legs by hugging the inner thighs to the midline. And keep that low belly drawing in. We're looking to rotate just in the upper spine. And then here we're going to take the hands down, bring your right knee to join the left. Cat and cow with a little bit of variation here as you inhale. Strengthen the spine, lift up, look up. And then as you exhale, round the spine into cat, let the knees hover off the mat. Inhale, open, stretch the spine, shine your sitting bones back. From the tailbone, round in, curl up through the spine, let your knees hover. One more like this, big inhale and exhale. Let's step the left foot forward this time. Same thing on the other side. Bring your hands behind your head. Take your right elbow to the inner left knee and back to center. So again, looking to wrap the upper spine around its axis here. Finding that rhythm of your breath. So inhaling to expand the chest and then exhaling as you rotate. Here, we're going to take the hands down, come back into that kneeling position, tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, pedal out the feet. And then as you inhale, come forward, hover the knees in bear plank, stretch the spine in both directions, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward, tone the low belly, keep that nice and integrated from pubic bone all the way to the navel. And then we're going to walk hands to feet, feet to hands, come into a ball pose squat here. So lift the heels up, bend your knees as deeply as feels comfortable. And then as you exhale, start to lower the heels down, fold over the legs. The legs don't need to be straight by any means at the start of your practice. Just want you to feel that little bit of opening in the hamstrings. Stretching the feet, the calves here. Last one like this. And then we're slowly going to roll all the way up. Take a hand to the wall, a chair, anything for support. And we're just going to swing that right leg forward and back. I want you to, as best as you can, keep your torso and spine nice and still so that we're really waking up the hip flexor complex here. Creating a little bit of stretch and then contraction. So full range of motion here for the hips. Just a few more, and then we'll switch sides. So you can turn to the other side, swing that left leg. Again, stay fluid in your breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales. After this, we're just going to step to the long edge of the mat. Nice wide stance. A few more seconds here. And then go ahead and step the feet nice and wide. We're just alternating side lunge here, but I want you to stretch the chest open, bring your palms by your sides, elbows back, and then exhale, press it forward. So we open the chest and then squeeze the thumbs together. So we're creating, again, that stretch and contraction in the chest while kind of waking up the inner thighs and the outer glutes. We're here just a few more seconds in this last movement pattern. And come through center, step the feet together, big breath in, and a slow breath out. That is your total body warm up, and now you are ready to get into your workout. Let's jump into this workout for today. All you will need is a set of medium to heavy dumbbells. So some of our movement patterns will use both. Some of them we're only using one. So you want to make sure you have enough weight that when we drop down to a single dumbbell, it is still fairly challenging. This one moves very quickly. We've got an AMRAP style. So I encourage you to check out the workout preview so that you get an overview of all the different movements we're going through, the mechanics that you need before we get started. We have 5 different sets of exercises where we're combining first a lower body movement, then an upper body movement, and then we'll put them together. You're going to do 2 reps of each exercise, as many rounds as you can for 2 minutes. Then we'll have a quick 30-second rest in between before we switch to the next set of exercises. We're going to go through this one time and then a second round if you wish. But if you're feeling too toasty after that first round, you can skip right ahead to your cool down. So you've got your weights. I'll get our timer started. We have 20 seconds before we begin our first 2-minute AMRAP. So again, we're doing 2 reps of each exercise all the way through, as many rounds as you can for 2 minutes. So I'll start our timer. You can grab your weight. Our first movement pattern is a squat, then a push press, and then a thruster where we'll squat to press overhead. So you can bring those weights into position. Make sure your elbows are hugging in nice and close. Draw your front ribs in, lift up through the chest. Let your feet be shoulder or hips width apart. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. So we do 2 squats all the way down, all the way up, then a push press. Tiny bend, big push, tiny bend, big push. Then we put it together. Down and up, down and up. And then we come back to the squat. 2 reps. Down and up. Then we come to our push press. Push and press. Then we put them together. Down, overhead, all the way down and overhead. That's 2 rounds. See how many you can get in this 2 minutes. We're moving continuously for those full 2 minutes. All the way up, overhead. So nice quality reps. I don't want you to be overly rushed. Though we are moving quickly, I want you to make sure you've got your mechanics and your form down. We've got 1 more minute. We're halfway there. This one should send your heart rate pretty high for that full 2 minutes. We're taking weight all the way down and then all the way overhead. So we're moving a lot of weight. High volume here. But don't sacrifice your form or your breath. Notice if you start to hold that breath. I want you to deepen in and out. And then we take it down and breathe with me. Don't sweat it if you're on a different part of the exercise than me. That is okay. Just keep moving continuously for 2 full minutes. We've got 30 seconds of rest. We are going to come to our dumbbell deadlift, to a dumbbell push-up, and then we're going to connect them together with that jump back. So catch your breath. We want to come in pretty even keeled for the breath as we start our second set. So lengthen your exhales. Grab your weight. This is a deadlift. So you're bringing heart, belly, chest to the thighs, tapping the outer edges of the feet, the floor on the outer edges of the feet. Hop back, 2 push-ups. And then we come up and we put it together. We come dumbbell deadlift to our push-up, all the way up to the deadlift. One more time. Jump back, push-up. You can also step back if you're not wanting the impact today. 2 deadlifts. Start at the top. Then 2 push-ups. step or jump it back, push up, keep that spine straight and strong. You can take the knees down if you wish, and then we add it together. We come down to our push-up, and then we step forward to the deadlift. That's one. Come up and deadlift. Start at the top. Deep bend in the knees, heart, belly, chest to the thighs. 2 times. And then we come to our push-ups. Again, you can bring those knees down and be in more of a half plank position. Or you can keep those knees up all the way. Let's join them together. Push up. And then you hop it forward. And to stand. So you're in that deadlift motion as you return to your starting position. And up. Deadlift. So we've got less than 30 seconds to go. Stay with me. Find your push-ups. It's just 2 reps, but we're moving continuously. We're building that heat, building some intensity. You've got 10 more seconds. 5. Finish this last rep. And rest. Shake it out. We're coming into our side lunge next. So you'll have one weight. You're going to step it out to that side lunge. Come back to center, upright row. This is single-sided. So at the minute mark, you'll hear me call it. We're going to switch sides. So we do 2 side lunges, 2 upright rows, and then we combine them together. Here we go. Side lunge, come back up, side lunge, and 2 upright rows. Make sure you're keeping that chest open. Then we combine them. Side lunge, upright row, upright row. And we start at the top again. Straight side lunge. Keep your chest lifted. 2 upright rows. And then we combine them. So straight from your side lunge into that upright row. We've got about 25 more seconds on this side, and then we're going to switch it out. Stay in control. I know your heart rate is high. This is intense work, high intensity work. You've got 5 more seconds, and then we're going to switch. Let's switch it out. So stepping now with the opposite foot, back to center. 2 upright rows, single-sided. So we've got that asymmetry, demanding stability from the core. And then we combine them. Side lunge to your upright row. You got this. Straight back to the side lunge. Pause at the top, 2 upright rows. You're breathing. Let your body kind of just guide you from one movement into the next. Can start to feel just a little bit complex, but the goal is just that you're moving continuously through that full 2 minutes. So don't sweat it if you get out of the sequence or you miss one of the combinations. That is a-okay. And rest. Shake it out. We've got single dumbbell once again. This time we're holding the weight in the opposite hand to the leg that is forward. We're coming into a reverse lunge. Then we switch hands, reverse lunge. Then we come to a single arm snatch. We bring it up and overhead. We do that on both sides, and then we combine them where you're coming into your reverse lunge with that single arm snatch. Let's get ready. And begin. Reverse lunge. Switch the weight. Reverse lunge. Squat it down. Bring that weight close to the body and overhead. And switch to the other side. Overhead. Now as we switch, we're going to step back with the same side. And then we switch. Step it back. Reverse lunge. And then we come up. We're at our reverse lunge again. So 2 reps. Switching weights each time. Then we come down. Overhead snatch, and we switch. Keep that weight super close to the body. Now we step it back and the weight comes overhead. If you're not comfortable with the snatch position, you can come into a curl to press or an upright row to press. So instead, you might be coming curl, press, and switching. You'll just curl that weight up and press. Then when you come into your lunge, same thing, you're gonna curl and press and switch sides. Curl and press. Otherwise, you've got that single arm snatch, one smooth movement. We've got 45 seconds left. Overhead, back down and switch. Keep the low belly drawing in. Core supported as you take that weight overhead. And then we come to the lunge at the top, switching hands each time with that single weight. You've got just over 10 seconds left. Stay with me till the end. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Shake it out. Next up, single weight once again. We'll have the weight at the chest. Coming into a staggered squat. You're just going to slide one foot back, squat, switch sides, squat, then a front raise all the way up. And then our combination pattern is that chop. So you're coming into that staggered stance, bringing it overhead. Let's come into position, grab your weight, just enough time to catch your breath, and begin. Staggered squat, keep that chest lifted. It's a short stance. We lower it down, front raise, all the way up. Try not to swing that weight. You stay in control. All the way up, and then we add it together. So we take the weight to that back hip, overhead, back hip, other side, and overhead. Bring it to the chest, staggered squat. Front raise, tone the belly. So we're fixing the position of the body, letting those arms move independently. Then we're taking that weight back and overhead. But you're controlled. You're drawing that belly in the whole time. Staggered squat, 2 reps. These are quick sets, but 2 minutes is a very long time to be working. So it's okay if you're tired. You can always slow things down a bit and catch your breath before the second round, if you're sticking with me for that second round. So we've got just over 30 seconds here, and then we'll switch back to that first combination, squat to a push press to a thruster. With your front raise, make sure you're locking those arms out, keeping the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Take it back and twist. Feel some power from that back hip. And rest. You can set that weight down for a moment. We've got 30 seconds. Actually, between sets, we have a full minute. So you should be able to bring your breath all the way back to the baseline so that you can recover that heart rate and come back in fresh. So about 40 more seconds, and then we have our last set, best set of each of these pairs of exercises. So 30 more seconds. You can roll the shoulders out, maybe shake out the hips, walk around your space. Again, we're coming in strong. 2 squats, 2 push press, and then a thruster, putting it together. And again, if it feels too complex, just make sure you're moving the whole time. Some combination of these 2 movement patterns is just fine. Front squat is where we start. Here we go. 2 squats, Down and up, push, press. Tiny bend and a big push. Then we join it together. All the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Just the squat next. 2 reps. And then a push press. Make sure you're keeping that lower back nice and neutral as you take the weight overhead, not overarching the lower back. Down and up, down and up. Push it overhead. I know that weight's getting heavy. I feel it too. Thruster. We are not quite yet at the halfway mark. So if you're getting tired, go ahead and slow things way down. You can even take just one side for the overhead. Do 1 rep each side instead of both together. Squat it down, push, press. I don't know about you, but those shoulders are tired. So take what you need to finish this strong. Squats, push, press. And then we join them together. You've got 20 seconds. Finish with me. I'm tired too. We've got this. Make sure your form stays. Even better when you get tired. That's how we keep the movement safe and effective. 5 more seconds. Finish it out all the way till the timer. And rest. We're coming into our dumbbell deadlift to a dumbbell push-up and then combining them together with that jump back. You've got just about 10 seconds. I know that heart rate is high, so if you can lengthen your exhales, grab your weight. Dumbbell deadlift, deep bend in the knees. Here we go. Down and up. Then we come to our push-up. You can always take the knees down for these. That's my option here. Let me step it up. We start at the standing position and we combine them together. Lift it up. Down, back, push up, and come back. At the top, we switch to our deadlift once again. Deadlift, then our push-ups. 2 of them first, and then we do single reps of the combination. Take it down, back, push up to our deadlift. Just 2 reps of each. Make sure you're not collapsing in the shoulders in those push-ups. Staying strong and integrated the whole way through. So your chest is buoyant and open. And then we combine them. I'm breathing with you. Listen to the sound of your breath. Let that rhythm guide your movement. You've got 30 seconds. See if you can finish out whichever round you are on. I know these are longer reps, but you have 15 seconds to finish it out. Can you make it? You can do the hard things. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. 30 seconds. Catch your breath. Coming into our side lunge next. So you're stepping it out. Then we've got 2 upright rows, and then we combine the 2 together. You can grab your weight, shake out your shoulders, lengthen that exhale breath. See if you can calm that breath rhythm down just a little bit. Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Side lunge, back to center. Side lunge to our upright row. And then we combine them. So we move one right into the other. And then we start at the top. Remember, we're just doing 1 minute on this side, and then we'll switch at the halfway point to the other side. I know those shoulders are probably feeling pretty toasty after all that overhead work. So take breaks if you need them, but we're aiming for continuous movement for these 2-minute bursts. We're about ready to switch sides. So try to finish out whatever round you're on this side. And we'll switch in 5. Go ahead and switch sides. Smooth transition right into your side lunge. Back to center. Squeeze the legs together as you come back to standing. And make sure you're keeping the spine nice and straight, so you're not leaning away from that weight or toward that weight. We're staying strong through the spine. You've got just over 30 more seconds to go. We have just 2 more movement patterns before we finish this workout strong and steady. Breathe deeply, stay focused. So the more tired that you get, the more I want you to focus on your form and mechanics. Let's finish it out. 3, 2, and 1. Set that weight down. So this one, probably the most complex, coming into the reverse lunge with the weight opposite that front foot, and then the snatch. You're coming into your deep squat, deep deadlift. We're pulling that weight up close to the body and then getting under it for that overhead component. So 2 reverse lunges, 2 single arm snatch, and then we'll combine them together. Let's get ready and begin. Reverse lunge, switch the weight, reverse lunge. Now come down, deadlift, put close to the body, single arm snatch, or that single arm curl to press. This time as you switch, you're taking the legs back into that lunge with the upper body movement. And then we start at the top again. Reverse lunge, single arm, and then we put them together. Feel that pull close to the body, keeping the belly integrated. Catch your breath. This one, anytime you take the weight overhead, your heart rate is going to jump. So take what you need, slow it down if you need to, with pauses in between. This one, the movements are naturally very quick. So if you need to pause and just catch your breath, that is a-okay. Here we go. You've got about 45 seconds left. Pull it up and overhead. Keep that weight close to your body so you're not putting any strain on the lower back. Keeping things integrated. 30 more seconds. Stay with me. This is hard work. This is where it really gets challenging. I want you to stay in it till the end. You only have one more 2-minute segment after this. You can do it. 5 more seconds. Finish out whatever exercise you're on. And rest. Catch your breath. Set that weight down. Roll out the shoulders. We have one more 2-minute segment. In about 20 seconds, we're going to get started. We've got our staggered squat to a front raise, and then we add the rotation in the chop. That one definitely did a number on the heart rate. Maxed out here. Let's get ready. 2 and 1. Staggered squat, nice and low. Keep those feet pretty close together. Come into your front raise, all the way up and all the way down. Slow and controlled. Then we come into that chop. So you bring the weight to the back hip, rotate from that back hip, keep the core tight, and bring that weight overhead. Staggered squat. It's a tiny step back. Bring that knee toward the floor. If this is too much in the knees, you can always stay in those upper ranges of motion. Front raise, all the way down, belly is strong. Front raise. Then we take it to the wood chop. Back and up with some power. It's powerful, but it's not a swing. You're in control of that weight. Come down and up. Front raise. We're halfway there. Just one more minute to go in this workout. So close to the end. Stay with it. Power from the hip, power from the belly. And we come back to center. Staggered squat, almost like you were just bending down to grab something off the floor. Again, with that front raise, you're not swinging. You are keeping it controlled. So you're fixing the position of the body as you take that weight overhead. Staggered squat. Finish it with me. Here we go. We have just 15 more seconds. See if you can finish out this round. 2 reps of each. Wood chop to finish it out. And rest. Set that weight down. Amazing, amazing work. So well done. That completes your workout for today. I know that one was a spicy one. Give yourself a few breaths, a few arm circles, maybe some nice dynamic side lunges, something just to guide your heart rate from that peak mode back down to a baseline for your cool down. So upright twist. You can be just walking around your workout space. You can be taking these nice big coffee press breaths with a little bit of a squat to lengthen that exhale, whatever you need, just to help guide that heart rate down. We don't want to hit our peak and then just drop. We want to guide that down nice and easy. Once you start to feel that breath rate come back under control, you can speak freely, you're not gasping for air, then you know you're ready to cool down. So stay in this dynamic movement as long as you need to, but I will see you in the cool down next. You have just completed your total body workout, so let's stretch it out and cool it down. We're going to start at the center of your mat, hips about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider now that we're in cool down mode. We're just coming into a squat with a side bend. So you come down and then reach up, stretch to the side. Come down and reach. So we'll revisit some of the same movement patterns that we saw in the warm-up, but this time with more static stretching worked in, so that we can return those working muscles to their resting lengths and walk off the mat feeling more balanced. Part of the cool down purpose is to resolve the stress response. So we're doing that here. Let's come into our lizard stretch next. So you're going to turn over your right leg, hands to the inside, come into that deep, nice lunge. So you want to keep your knee over your ankle, maybe slightly forward. We're looking to soften the hips toward the floor without collapse. So we want to keep that buoyancy in the pelvis. We're not just kind of sagging in the joints there. We're here for just a few more seconds, and then we'll step back into a downward dog. So you can keep your hands down, step your right foot back, pedal out the feet. Just nice and easy downward dog. Soften heart, belly, chest toward the thighs. Press your finger pads down and forward. Bend your knees deeply here for a moment. Stretch the sitting bones skyward. Feel the length in the sides of the waist. So really stretch, maybe wag your tail a little bit. All the while calming that breath in and out, lengthening the exhales. This time, step your left foot forward, right knee down, coming into that lizard stretch now on the second side. So nice deep lunge here, allowing the pelvis to soften and feel that pull toward the ground without collapse. You can even kind of sway side to side if you wish. After this, we're going to come into our tabletop for just very simple cat and cow, just to release any residual sensation in the spine. Let's take that left knee back. Inhale, stretch the spine, shine your sitting bones back, gaze up. From the tailbone, round under, coil the belly in and up, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, release, extend, elongate, gaze up. And exhale, round it in. Got time for one more here. Stretch the spine out nice and long. And then exhale, empty the breath completely, round, chin to chest. As you're ready, inhale, open that right arm skyward. This is a stretch, thread it under that you'll always see in my cool downs. Thread the needle. So we take that arm under. I want you to lift the hip creases up and back, keep the hips square, and then rotate the upper spine. So you're looking to twist so far that you can stack the shoulders one on top of the other. Press the back of your bottom hand down and drag it energetically back. And then come up through center, walk your hands out, bring your palms to touch, elbows wide, create a triangle, and then soften your heart and chest through the upper arms. You can rest the crown of the head on the mat or even bring your chin to the earth. Really want you to feel this stretch in the spine, broaden through the sitting bones, lengthen and telescope the rib cage, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Then we'll slowly walk the hands in, thread the needle on the other side. Inhale, open your left arm skyward, and then nice and easy, wrap it underneath. Feel that twist. Again, we're looking to stack the shoulders on top of each other while keeping the hips square to the floor. So your hip creases stretch up and back. They stabilize this rotation. And see if you can breathe and expand the lower belly. Breathe into the twist. And we'll slowly unfold. Step your feet to your hands. Bend your knees deeply. Ragdoll here. So you can take opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Again, we're not looking for an excessive stretch, so you can really be generous with the bend in your knees. Keep the belly and thighs pressing toward each other. Lean into the ball mounds of your feet. Nice and easy here, just letting the spine go to gravity. And then as you're ready, roll up bone by bone. We'll reach the arms overhead. Take your hands behind your head, press your head into your hands, open your elbows. As you do this, try to lift into the upper spine. So curl the sitting bones underneath you toward your inner heels. Lift up, stretch up through the chest and heart. If you wish, you can open the arms out to a cactus shape. And then all the way out, extend those arms open, turn the thumbs back behind you, palms open, receiving the energy of your practice. And slowly release. Let's enjoy another breath together. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, let it go. That is your total body cool down for today. I want to thank you so much for showing up for this workout. And I want you to feel that sense of celebration. You are back in it. It only takes a few days of working out, of this continuous and routine practice to get back into the swing of things and start feeling your best. So celebrate yourself for coming back, for being here, and for letting your body be moved.